Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sugarcane Rush channel. Sorry it took me so long to get this one going. Today we're diving into a common issue many home recording enthusiasts face. Why do our tracks often sound quieter than commercial streaming music? In this video, we'll explore the reasons behind the volume differences and share some practical tips to help you match your home recordings to the levels of professionally mastered tracks. Today we will be working with my favorite DAW, Cakewalk, and some plugins that are either included in Cakewalk or in your favorite DAW. And I will include some free plugins that you can easily download. The links will be listed on the description below. And here's the list. Let's go through some of the plugins real quick. The name of the plugin is Softube, and what it brings is saturation and warmth, give it that analog sound. Tape emulation does similar, warmth, depth, harmonic distortion. We'll use the equalizer to balance the frequencies that we think maybe might be off. The compressor will smooth out the transients. Loudmax is the workhorse. It's the output limiter and loudness maximizer that's going to help us out. And Spanplus is an accurate metering software, which we're going to need because we're going to look now at the standards that the streaming sites require for the loudness of your master. Okay? When mastering music for streaming platforms, it's crucial to adhere to the specific loudness standards to ensure your tracks sound consistent compared to commercial track. Some of the loudness standards for the common streaming platforms are for Spotify, minus 14 LUFS, Apple Music, minus 16 LUFS, YouTube, minus 14 LUFS, and Amazon Music, somewhere between 9 and 13 LUFS. And these standards vary, and people, they push the limits sometimes, so we'll talk about that. LUFS really means loudness units relative to full scale. And LUFS is about perceived loudness, how you hear how loud the master is. So today we're going to take a track that we did a long time ago, Sugarcane Rush recorded but never finished, and I did a remix, and I did some mastering, which I helped some friends that have some expensive mastering software. And we're going to try to match the expensive mastering that they did on this song with our free plugins. And the reason why I'm using one of our songs is because with YouTube, they require that you don't infringe in copyright law. So we can't put in a commercial song and try to match it because then they would flag us. So we're going to use one of our own songs that's been mastered, and it sounds pretty good with a good system, and it's got expensive plugins that they use. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with cheap, free software. Cakewalk was free. We're going to use all the plugins that some of them come with Cakewalk, and some of them you're going to be able to download. And we're going to try to achieve what they did with the masters. Okay, so enough talking. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we're back, and here's the fun part. This is the part that I like. Forgive my headphones, but please, if you're listening to this, you want to hear it right, use your headphones, okay? And with me, when I'm doing the mastering, when I'm listening to, trying to bring up the loudness of my mixes, I compare my speakers, which I have some M Audio speakers, my Audio-Technica headphones. I go in the living room, put it in my little Bose stereo system. I play it in the car, I listen to it everywhere, and then try to compare and see what the track might need, okay? Or if it's already been mastered, see if they did a good job. So I have on track 1, I have the stereo track that we did a while back. Sugarcane Rush recorded the song Tell Me Why. Never really finished it, and just recently I remixed it and had someone remaster it for me. And it came out decent. It went up to a good volume level, and it sounds good, clear. I was happy with it. So today what we're going to do is we're going to listen to that track, use it as a reference track. And what we're going to do is I have a second track on here, which is the one without mastering. The same mix, everything the same, but without the mastering effects. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to bring the track that doesn't have any effects, any mastering at all, to match the one with the mastering effects. Now, the mastering effects, the one that's already mastered, used a series of expensive mastering plugins. But for those of us that can't afford those, I have a way that we can do it and come very reasonably close to it. And again, it's up to you which effects you use, how much you use, and how it sounds. But your ears is the bottom line. So in this case, we're going to try to match the one with the mastering effects already done. So I'm going to listen, put on the one that's already been mastered. We're going to listen to a minute's worth of the track. Why? Because the track has an intro with a soft. It has a verse which comes up a little more, and then a chorus which goes up. And even later on, there's horns and things that build the song. And the dynamic range is so important in music. If you all play live music and you've been playing on stage and you bring the volume down and the singer is singing and everybody comes down and then boom, boom, the drummer comes back in and you bring the volume up, everybody loves it. It's exciting. It's emotion. That's what music is all about. When we compress the songs to try to get them super loud, what happens is that you compress and you lose your dynamic range. So we're going to try not to do that, and I want to show you the difference. And so here we go. Enough talking. Let's listen to the music. This one has been mastered.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come, wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some. Being in love is like a Sunday afternoon, comes with that sad feeling Monday will be here soon. Tell me why, why you're always on my mind. If you only make me cry, why do I fall for the things that only break my heart?
All right, tell me why. Tell me why my mixes are not as loud as the ones streaming on YouTube. Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to figure it out. So that was the one that's mastered. Let me play a little piece of the same mix coming out of the same place. The only thing is this one has not been mastered, no effects. So listen to the same track, just a little piece so you can hear the difference. Way much lower, right? I mean, you can tell. If you're listening to the headphones, you can tell. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to start to tune the track, do the effects that we need to bring that track up to the one that's mastered. And it's a tricky thing, but I'm going to show you at least what I know. And I find that with these free plugins and Cakewalk, we've been able to match some of the good mastered songs out there. And I'm going to show you how to do it. But let's take a look at the levels, okay? We'll take a look. So we have one of the free plugins that we spoke about is the Spanplus. Spanplus is a metering software that gives you very good reading as to the loudness of your song. And I have it set up to do LUFS for a short period, so it actually averages out in a short piece of the song, and it tells you what your average LUFS and what the true peak. And that's what we're looking for, because we're looking for, like we saw before, a -14, -16. Some people do a -9. So let's see what the master track came in at, and let's see if this thing will show. Let me rewind. And let me explain just a second. This is a free software, but this is a demo. So what it does, it allows you to use it, but every once in a while it'll bring the volume down just for a second to remind you that it's a demo and that you should buy it. If you want to buy it, I think it's about $39. That's not so bad. And there, see, it tells you demo mode. So if you hear it going down periodically, that's the demo part. But we can get, at least we can get a good reading for a little piece of it. Okay, so let's try it again. Reset it.
I was waiting for the magic.
If you see, the average here at the beginning is -11, -12. Okay, so it's around here. What they want is -14. So we're actually a little bit higher already at the very beginning, a little bit higher than what they wanted. And the true peak is 1.0. And there's a formula where if you take the true peak away from the average, you'll get a 10.9, which means it's even a little bit louder than they want you to be. So this track that's been mastered is pretty loud and it sounds good. Okay, I'm going to mute it. And now we're going to do the one that has not been mastered, so we can compare what the volume is when we start with it. All right?
Love I knew would never
I'm
come.
going to reset it.
Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some. Being in love is like.
And it's all over the place. The average is a -20, -21. True peak is a -5, which is just very low. So everything is very low on this track. We need to fix it. So I'm going to turn this off for now so it doesn't interfere with the demo version of it. And we're going to start adding effects and plugins to it to try to match the good mastered track. All right, bear with me, but here we go. I'm going to turn the Pro channel on and open it. This gives me a listing of all the plugins that I have, because instead of wasting time going one by one loading them, I've already loaded it up and set them, and I'm just going to show you little by little, one by one, how each of them affect the mix. Okay, I'm going to make sure they're all off. Right now they're all off. And the first one I want to use is EQ, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to turn it on and open it up. I'm going to use a high pass filter, which means it'll let the high frequencies go by, but it'll stop or lower gradually the very, very low end. And I'm going to start with the frequency 37, which is barely imperceptible. You're not going to hear too much of it, and a very slow slope coming down all the way down. So I bring it down to, on the 20 hertz, it's almost off, or it is off. Okay, this is not going to affect what you hear so much, but it will affect how the rest of the plugins handle the program. So it's a good thing to take it off at the beginning. Now this is up to you. It's a recipe. You can change it, put it any way you want. You can add bottom, you can take away highs, whatever you hear. The bottom line is to listen to this thing everywhere and then decide for yourself what you want to do. In the case of this one, I wanted to take these low frequencies out, and I'm going to play for you. I'm going to take it off first, and then I'm going to put it on and see if you could hear it. Okay.
A Sunday afternoon comes with
right now it's off.
Feeling Monday will be here soon.
I'm going to put it on.
Tell me why you're always on my mind.
Put it back on.
Make me
I'm off.
Why do I fall for the things that only break my heart?
You can barely hear it. You can't hear it. You're not going to be able to hear that difference, but the rest of the plugins, the digital plugins, they will hear it and it will affect them. So we're going to leave it on. And again, this is up to you. It's up to your taste, but we'll see what happens and you'll see the result at the end. The next plugin that we're going to use is Softube. And Softube, we said, it's like a saturation distortion that emulates the analog sound. All right, and this is a very good plugin. It comes with Cakewalk, and it's just does some really nice things. Adds clarity, adds a little warmth. You'll see the difference. Now, again, I'm using very, very little, and I'm going to put the setting that I have that I like. It's right around there. All right, right now it's off. I'm going to play the track. I'm going to turn it on, turn it off, and see if you can hear the difference. And then I'm going to play with a knob to show you what it does when it goes all the way up. All right, so here's a track. On.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come. Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some.
It's a very, very, very subtle quality or clarity that it gives it. What I'm going to do now is just to show you what it does. I'm going to play it and I'm going to increase the level on the saturation knob to a point where it's just going to be way too much. But that way you can get an idea of what this thing does.
Being in love is like a Sunday afternoon. Comes with that sad feeling Monday will be here soon. Tell me why. Tell me why you're always on my mind. If you only make me cry.
And this is where I like it.
Why do I fall for things that only break my heart?
At this point, you can hardly hear it, but trust me, it's adding a little clarity, it's adding a little feeling to it. Once the level comes up, when I start to turn it on and off again, you'll be able to hear the difference a little better. So we'll leave it like it is right now. That's the point where I liked it. And we're going to move on to another distortion, warm, saturation plugin. This one is a tape level plugin. And it emulates the old-fashioned tapes reel-to-reel, which has different speeds, tape speeds, 15 IPS, 7.5 IPS, normal bias and over. You can add noise if you wanted to. I didn't want to add noise in this case. Recording level, I just added a little bit. And playback level also, I'm going to add just a little hair. Okay, and we'll play it. I'll let you listen without and with, and we'll see what the difference is. Here we go. With this one, I think you could be able to hear the difference. It brought the volume up a little bit.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come.
Off.
Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some.
And this is just very subtle. If I bring it up,
a Sunday afternoon.
We'll even
comes with
take it
that
into the
sad feeling Monday
So
will
I
be
like it.
here soon. Tell me why. Tell me why you're
Right around there.
always on my mind. If you only make
Take
me
it off.
cry.
Take it on.
Why do I fall for
This
things
one really
that
brings
only
in
break my
a very
heart?
nice clarity to the song. All right, so those are the modules that are included with Cakewalk, which I like to use in this process. All right, so now I'm going to bring in the effect chain,
I knew would never come.
which is, I added 3 more effects.
Can catch a few, but always misses
An equalizer.
some.
I'm sorry, let me take the music off. I added an equalizer, a compressor, and Loudmax, which is the one that really does all the work bringing up the level. So we're going to start one by one, and it's going to take it a little bit into the red at first, but I'm going to have the compressor later on kind of manage that a little bit, and then Loudmax will fix everything. So let's get started. I'm going to again bring in, I used the Sonitus equalizer, and let me explain what I did. I've been listening to the track before the mastering, and I felt that it needed, for me, I'm a bass player, it needed a little bit of bottom on the bass. I didn't want to go into the mix and change the mix because that was already finished, but I figured I'd take on track on number 2, point number 2 on the equalizer, about 180 hertz, which kind of gives a little bit of roundness. I brought it up 1.9 hertz, maybe even a little less, about 1.4 hertz. because you don't want to put too much. You just want to put a little bit. Not hertz, I'm sorry, dBs that I'm going to bring in. And so, and the curve is a small curve. It's only going to affect frequencies from between 125 to about 180 or 200, okay? And it's going to slightly bring them up. The other thing that I heard in this mix that I didn't like is when the horns come in later on, the vocals together, there's this a little bit of that irritating frequency, which is, I have it here on number 4, which is right about a little past 1 kilohertz. So I put it like 1.638 kilohertz. And I'm going to bring it down about 1.7, maybe a little less. Where are we? About 1.5, 1.6 that I'm going to bring it in with a small curve also. And then to get the clarity in the vocals and the cymbals, I put a number 5, right almost to 7,000 hertz. I put a 1.8 decibel boost on there also. So now I'm going to put this adjustment to the EQ for the track. It's going to probably bring it up into the red again. But again, the compressor later on is going to handle it, and then the loud maximizer is going to fix everything. So let's try listening to the track with and without the equalizer. Here we go.
Love is like a Sunday afternoon, comes with that sad feeling.
I'm going
Monday
to
will be
put the
here
effects
soon.
chain on.
Tell me why you're always on my mind. If you only make me cry, why do I fall for it?
I'm going to put the equalizer on and off so you can hear the difference once again. Here we go. It's right now it's on.
Things that only break my heart.
Off. On. Slight difference, you can hear it. Off.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come. Wondering why it can catch a few, but...
Okay, at this point, boosting it is starting to take me into the red. But I'm not worried about it right now because I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to fix it with the compressor. So I'm going to shut off the EQ. I'm going to bring in the compressor. And at this point, I'm going to use the compressor with a threshold. And this is a Softube compressor which comes with Cakewalk. I'm going to use a threshold of minus 9.6 with a ratio of 4.1 to 1, a soft knee, and I'm going to have a little bit of a gain. It's a 1.3 decibel gain as a boost to, because I'm reducing some of the peaks, so I'm bringing up some of the lower. And the attack is at 15 millisecond and release is 200 millisecond. And let's listen to it and see what it does to the track. First, I'm going to turn it off. I'm sorry, that's the equal. It's first the compressor is off. I'm going to play it.
Always misses up. Being in love is like a Sunday afternoon. Comes with that sad feeling. Monday will be here soon. Tell me why you're always on my mind.
Off.
If you only make me cry, why do I fall for the things that only break my heart?
Again, all subtle effects. Not easy to hear the differences, but they're there. And if you listen closer, you could tell. So we're building. Now we're getting to the bad boy, Loudmax. Loudmax is a loud maximizer, which will allow you to bring the level up to what we're looking for the mastered streaming tracks and to match the original track that we had that has been mastered. All right. The way this one works is you set a limit in the bottom. And the limit for the out that I set is a minus 1.0, which is the standard. You want to keep it, you don't want to take it all the way to 0 dB. You want to bring it at a -1. Give yourself a little headroom there. And so this will set it. Once you can, you can move it around, you can set it wherever you want. But once you get it to 1.0, you leave it. And then this one is the threshold and the output, which will actually show you how much the compressor is working and how much you bring it up to the level that you want. Now, I tried this before, and the level that I was happy with is somewhere between 6 and the 9. All right, so we're going to put the level all the way down. I'm going to leave the out at a -1.0, so it limits to -1.0. But I'm going to leave it like this, and we're going to play with it. Okay. First, we'll listen to the track without it, because right now it's off. Remember, this is the track that wasn't mastered. It's already taking some volume and some clarity that it didn't have before. But now,
would never come. Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some. Being in love is like a Sunday afternoon. Comes with that sad feeling.
You see that it's gotten much louder at this point. So at this point, let's check it out with the metering software and see where we are. Okay, so I'm going to put the metering software again. I have to turn it on. Wait a second. Turn it on here. I'll bring it over here so we can see it. And I can't have the Loudmax and the metering at the same time. I haven't figured that out, but I'll show you little by little. First, we set it already. Loudmax was set right between -6 and -9. Okay, so let's see what that does with the metering.
Monday will be here soon. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why you always on my mind? If you only make me cry. Why do I fall?
It's actually very loud. Right now, the LUFS is at -8.7, -9.4, and the true peak is even less than 1, is 0.8 that is going. So at this point, it's very loud, or compared to the original track, and it'll match the new track. In fact, it might even be a little louder than the new track with these settings. And let's compare both tracks right now. First, I'm going to start playing the one that we just did all the effects and all the mastering. And I'm going to switch it back and forth with the one that was already mastered.
I was waiting for the magic love that would never come. Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some.
That's the one that was mastered.
Love is like a Sunday afternoon. Comes with that sad feeling. Monday will be here soon. Why? Tell me why you always on my mind? Only make me cry.
All right, so ours is slightly louder than the one, but if you look at on our track, the one we just did, and let me turn this back on. If I look at the metering, it's actually louder than it should be.
Why do I fall for the things that only break my heart?
It's at a 9, -9.1 LUFS, which supposedly you're supposed to be at around -14. So if you look at the difference, this is the -9 over here, -14 would be somewhere around here. So with these plugins, you can get a decent sound at a level that is acceptable and comparable to some of the ones that are out in the market. Now, the Loudmax maybe was a little too loud. If you want to match the one we had, we bring it back a hair. And now the final comparison and the final test is your ears, guys. You have to use your ears. So let's compare. Let's listen to the one that we mastered compared to the one that was mastered outside. First, I'm going to play the one that was mastered already.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come. Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some. Being in love is like a Sunday afternoon. Comes with that sad feeling Monday will be here soon. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why you're always on my mind. If you only make me.
All right, for my money, the one we did sounds better.
Why do I fall for things that don't?
So there you go. You can use your own plugins and you can use your own ears, and you might even be able to beat somebody else's mastered track. So, and let me just, for those of you that don't want to go through all this, and this is really a lot of fun for those of us that like doing this stuff, experimenting and listening. And all I do is like you guys are watching me and my YouTube channel. I watch a lot of other people that are doing the same thing. I learn from them, and then I try to pass it on to my friends on my channel. But this is fun, and you can do it. But if you don't want to do it, if you're playing and you just want to do something simple, you want to, you do your rehearsal, you do a demo, and you want to just send it to your friends, and you don't want to have it so soft, well, you don't need any of these plugins. All you do need is, I'm going to take all of these off, the compressor, the equalizer. All you need is this bad boy. And this one's free. You can load it up as a plugin. All right. And what you can do is, if you want to export your track, but you want to export it louder, just download Loudmax. I'm going to give you the link so you can download it, install it, and then follow these guidelines. Use a -1 dB ceiling, and then play with this until you get the loudness that you want. And that's all you need. You don't need to go through all the other, complicated saturation, this and that. It does help, though. If you want to get a really nice sound, these things do help. But let me show you how you can just do it with this. All right. So here's the track. I'm going to bring everything down. Here's the track with no effects. How it was when we first started hearing it. Very low. Well, just grab this one.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come. Wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some. Being in love is like.
With just the loudness maximizer, you get it at a -9.8 LUFS with a true peak of -0.8. So you're basically going as a -9, which is acceptable for some of the streaming. But with the other effects, you get nice clarity, you get some warmth, you get some maybe air in between the instruments, things that you like. But if you're just doing day-to-day demos, day-to-day rehearsals, you don't want to spend a lot of time and maybe you don't know much about these things, I recommend you just download Loudmax and do it. So anyway, I hope you like this. I hope it wasn't too long. I know that I talk a lot. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. I will be posting this song in full Maybe as I fade out, I'll let you listen to the rest of the song as I fade out and put some announcements. But subscribe if you can, like if you can, come back and see us, check out our playlist. We have all of our songs on the playlist in Sugarcane Rush, and we really love having you by. So thank you for listening, and maybe I'll play a little bit of the song on my way out.
I was waiting for the magic love I knew would never come, wondering why it can catch a few but always misses some. Being in love is like a Sunday afternoon, comes with that sad feeling Monday will be here soon.